The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Hello, everybody. This is Frank Fugglenut, your congressman. I've been receiving some very irritating reports about some yahoo who wants to run for my job. Melvin Fugglesnoot, whatever the hell he is. Listen, I like dogs and cats and rainbows and puppy dogs, okay? And right now, I'm eating a tofu hamburger. Boy, that sure tastes good. I brought my dog in here to the studio to say hi to all the voters. Say hi, Bowser. That's a good dog. So don't pay any attention to that yahoo. Vote for me, Frank Fugglenut, for Congress. Paid for by the Frank Fugglenut for Congress Campaign Committee. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for the Spankatron 5000 show with your host, Kelsey Todd.
I can tell you about Vietnam. Vietnam was awesome. We went all over. We were in the north, we were in the south, we were in the middle. Ho Chi Minh City is awesome. 8 million people in this little metropolis. I don't even know if it's big as Manhattan, but it has more people. Yeah, it was really, really cool. Got to ride a motorbike through there.
I saw all your pictures. That was fucking sick.
Yeah, tons of fun. I got some awesome GoPro video that I need to edit into something that Facebook, the attention span of someone on Facebook will enjoy. But yeah, our tour guide was awesome. Her friends were awesome, so we got to go. We actually took 4 flights when we were in Vietnam.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so we went to the north, the south. We took a 10-hour night bus ride, and their buses have beds in them.
What?
But they're like lazy boy recliners where you can recline all the way back.
Dude.
Made for Asian people though. So they're if you're over 5'9", you are not going to be comfortable.
Asian people or like teenage girls.
Pretty much, yeah, American teenage girl, yeah. Which in Vietnam, so I was like the biggest person in Vietnam, both height and width wise. But in Korea, no.
Really?
Yeah, Koreans were taller. So I think Vietnam probably just has. We were in Seoul, so I'm sure if we got to different parts of Korea, they're going to be less, have less money for that because it all comes down to protein. I imagine.
I totally think so.
Yeah.
That's why, like, you hear North Koreans are a lot smaller than South Koreans because they're so malnourished.
Yeah, exactly. So
FYI,
that was
really quick. You can use headphones now.
Okay.
So only one of the channels works. I think it's like your left, and if it's too loud for you, you can turn it down on that little mechanism there. So like your channel 3.
Oh, I can hear myself talk.
Yeah.
Is that weird? Has that been weird? Like
that's
first
how
parts
it's
of it?
supposed to be.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it's supposed. The recording setup
just like
is supposed to be.
Your voice is always different when you hear it recorded because you're always deeper in your head.
Totally.
And for me, it's worse because I feel like I already talk light.
Really?
Yeah, I have a pretty light voice compared to your voice.
Well, that's true, but I don't think that you have like a light voice. Like
it's like a womanly voice.
I don't think you do. Wait.
I mean, it's not terrible.
Well,
I think it's pretty masculine myself.
Dude, so
no, it's not terrible.
Tell me about this web series. I have to finish making this move in Battle Camp, and then I can talk.
Yeah. So the rehabilitation of Gus Feeney is a project that my friend Omar put together for us. We shot it in 2 days. It was like 12 hours of filming each day.
Fuck yeah.
I played the main characters. It was a multiple personality thing, and each one of the people were a personality. And it was a lot of fun.
Is it all up on YouTube now?
All of it's up on YouTube. Yeah, it's 12 parts. Each is like 3 or 4 minutes. But it was a really fun project to be a part of because I haven't done any acting. But everybody that has seen it, I don't know whether they're just kind of blowing smoke, but they said the acting was pretty good. So,
cool, dude. I want to see it for sure.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun doing it. There's some characters. The only thing that I criticize him on, and I don't directly criticize him because it was part of the constraints of the project, but we didn't get a chance to act very much. So he gave me the script the night before, and we did a table read with the other characters. And when it came down to it, because we had so much condensed time, and it took like 12 hours to shoot. I think only 8 episodes.
Oh wow!
So, in that there was like 2.5 hours of setup, takedown. There were breaks and stuff. So it was a 12-hour day to pump out 8 episodes. But the only criticism was that I really only got like 2 takes to get it right. 2 takes, and on the third one, no matter what, that's what we were gonna go with. And he did that for a couple of reasons. He was fine with jump cuts because a lot of YouTube series use jump cuts. So echo.
Sorry, I had to fuck with that. Okay.
I'm sorry. So, I didn't get to put my best foot forward. I would just barely get into character. And he's like, okay, do that. And it's like, I could have done better.
Well, yeah, it's your first time out doing like acting stuff, so it's always, acting is terrifying to me because it's just like I struggle with that in improv is going
into
on stage
a character
and being like, and just being like.
I've never seen you pretend to be a girl.
Putting myself in that situation.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Oh, you are. Okay.
Yeah. I've never ever pretended to be a girl.
Okay, never mind, because I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
But no, honestly, it'd be really fun, and I would love to learn to act. It's just it's so out of my comfort zone and kind of so scary that I've put off taking acting classes, but I think I should.
Yeah, definitely towards the fear.
Yeah, always travel in the direction of your own fear.
Right.
That was a placard my hippie had in his apartment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
I thought you'd gotten that from the Art of War of Art.
War of Art.
Stephen Pressfield.
No, maybe it's from that, but it was like it was cross stitched into in a wooden frame in the basement of this house I used to live in, and I literally did it, and it was life changing.
Yeah.
Like anytime I didn't want to do something because I was scared, I would just say yes.
Yeah. It's maybe it came from Garfield.
Maybe it did.
It's pretty philosophical.
Who wrote that? Jim Henson? No.
I think it was
Jim
Henson
Davis?
something. Jim Davis.
Podcast. Someone out there call in. We've got a toll-free number. It's 206-321-4073.
Call in immediately.
Call in. Let me know who the author of Garfield was once you hear this.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
So are you doing any more episodes of the show?
No.
And where can people find it? So is there a Facebook for it, or is there just on YouTube, or what?
Just on YouTube. There is a Facebook for it, The Rehabilitation of Gus Feeney. And you can find it on there. You can find the link there. I haven't checked the views. Our trailer got really good views in terms of count, like just for an independent project like that. It was only like 300 views.
That's still really good.
Yeah, it was good. I don't know the videos themselves, how accurate the counter is, because more people have talked to me about it than the counters say. So there's only like 10 or 15 views per video.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know necessarily how accurate that is, but it was a lot of fun.
How did it all come about?
Omar, so the guy who wrote it, is actually moving down to LA next Tuesday. I'm driving his U-Haul.
Nice.
And he wants to be a writer. He's written 2 books already that did pretty well on Amazon.
You're so accommodating for people and helpful.
Yeah.
Seriously.
People say that, and I don't necessarily understand why, because it's like, I guess, wouldn't you do whatever you could? It's my job is in a way to where I can be anywhere and do it. I just answer phone calls, so it's like, go down to LA? Sure, why not?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
true.
I don't have to pay for anything except for the plane ticket back. But
yeah, but
like
anytime someone has some like inconvenient heavy lifting project that isn't necessarily something that you'd want to do, you always say yes, and that's super admirable, man.
Yeah.
Like anytime when we moved into this place that we live, Vanessa and I, like you were there to help us move, and you drove to Bellevue to get a table and bring it back, and that was a gnarly, sweaty day, and all the Heroes for the Homeless stuff. Speaking of Heroes for the Homeless stuff, what do you think about the jungle and all that crap that's going on? Have you heard about that?
Crazy. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Are we still going to be doing outreach?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Cool.
That's they said, I don't know if so. It wasn't posted on our Facebook, but there was a complete assessment, like a 10-page write-up by a city reporter. Or I'm not sure.
Yeah, I heard about it on the radio.
Yeah, and I can forward it to you, but it detailed everything about the jungle. They're stating that there's about 400 inhabitants, which probably matches up with our data. We'll probably see only 50 of them when we go in there, or more. I'm not sure with that route, but we went in the day after. We went in the day after to do welfare checks on people. We brought donuts and coffee just to make sure that
let's really quick explain what the jungle is for people listening out of state.
So the jungle is a 3-mile stretch under I-5 that stretches from, I think they said, Dearborn all the way down to I don't know the street, but it's 3 miles from Dearborn in Seattle, which is in the International District, or just on the edge of the International District, 3 miles south, and it's under I-5. It's all wooded. It's a mud pit, essentially. Very terrible living conditions for human beings.
Yeah, it's horrible.
But it is, in some parts, has a nice city view.
It's true, though. It does.
It does, yeah. So
it's just like this big, like, sloping hillside that's wooded, and there's trails and paths leading up, and there's little encampments with tents, and little communities.
Yep.
But there is like lots of like fecal matter and needles and
drugs,
just drugs.
and,
like you would never wear flip flops up there. Like,
No.
but I've never come across someone up there who wasn't grateful to see us.
Right. Yeah.
It's,
And that's the story that you don't hear. Everybody.
exactly.
They say that they, would never send social workers in there because it's so dangerous. Yet we're out there.
It's not though. I mean, it is,
not,
but it isn't. It's like
especially
you're
for a social worker.
Totally.
There's been times that we felt uneasy. The times we felt uneasy was at the encampment that was shot up.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was a drug dealing area. So we'd walk up and they would see us and they'd either kind of shake their head no, like, now's not a good time, or they shake their head yes, and we'd go over there and the people that were over there would take our services. It was never any time where we felt unwelcome. And this whole thing of, they've gone up there and offered services and people just don't want them. If they're going up there and saying, go into a shelter, well, shelters suck.
Mm-hmm.
They suck for a lot of people, and they mentioned that in the article that people have behavioral problems and mental health issues. And if you have mental health or behavioral issues, getting into a sardine can with a bunch of other people with behavioral issues and mental health, and in some cases, is not going to be very
It's not going to work.
Yeah. So what are we doing to alleviate that? And it's actually something that I've been thinking about a lot, because there's a $45 million budget for homelessness. They're asking for an additional $5 million because the state of emergency was declared. So a lot of that goes to housing, shelter beds. And you think about, okay, so you have shelter beds, or what if you took $1 million or $2 million and invested it in things that just alleviate the conditions that people are living in now? So like if you put some porta potties and dumpsters outside of the jungle so that people are not openly defecating, people are not just trashing the hill. And by the way, a lot of the people that we talk to have said, that's not our trash necessarily. There's a lot of illegal dumping of people who just want to get rid of their trash, and that's a good place to do it. So you've got that. People get blamed for that. So can you take $2 million and put it into those services that just alleviate that situation? How many shelter beds get reduced by that? So now you've got maybe 100 additional people on the street because you took $2 million from shelters and put it in those, so the people that are living outside just have a better living situation. It's a really hard call to make. And so in going through that myself, I understand the pressure that our elected officials are under, and then reading comments on Reddit and different news articles about the feelings that people have towards homelessness and the people that are living there. I don't think people stop and ask themselves what their opinion actually means. So there's a lot of people who say, oh, they're freeloaders, we shouldn't do anything for them. What about, I as a tax-paying citizen, a cop took 3 hours to come to my house when it was burglarized, and all these complaints of social services that are not reaching them, the taxpayer, the people who are actually paying for the services. It's like, okay, I definitely hear you. You're paying for services, you're not getting them. But what does that mean if you do not want any services given to those people? It means that they're going to starve. It means that they are going to live in conditions that can potentially spread disease throughout the tax-paying populace, which there's different concerns of that. And all of those type of things, when you take away those services, they're now on your shoulders as that commenter, that anonymous or non, that suffering is on your shoulders because you said, nope, I don't want that. So when someone dies outside, there's 60 people that died outside. That is something that you wanted. And by saying, no, I didn't want that, but your actions said it did. Your words didn't, but your actions did. So there's a lot that goes into it.
It's funny, you didn't hear as much like national news coverage or anything when that stuff went down with that shooting at the jungle. And I know that it wasn't necessarily like a mass shooting, but it was a lot of people got shot and a couple people died. It
was good news. It was good.
It was.
For the news
publicity.
outlets. Yeah, exactly. You'd think it would get some more coverage.
It's interesting as a person who. Oh, tell us what the organization is called.
Heroes for the Homeless.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So you can go on the web, heroesforthehomeless.org.
Yep.
There's a cool video on there that shows what the thing's all about, and I've gone out there a handful of times in the morning and helped feed homeless people, and it's really interesting. You're riding through downtown Seattle by Georgetown, by the stadiums, and you see all these RVs parked on the side of the street, and I never knew what was going on in those, and I didn't realize people were living in those. And everyone that we've come across, that Vanessa and I have come across, have been so loving and kind, and it's incredibly sad because I'm sure that a lot of them have drug and alcohol problems, but I know a lot of them are just literally poor and have zero income. I knew something you said to me that was really poignant a couple months ago when we had a lady that was running for the city council come out, and I gave her the wrong information. I told her that the reason why all these people are out here is because they're alcoholics and drug addicts, but you corrected me and you said the actual reason people are out here is because there's so many people in Washington state that are one paycheck away from being homeless. And it really hit home about, I think it was 2 months ago when I was out on an outreach with you and Vanessa was with me. We're driving through Georgetown. We pull up on this, I think it was like a white Subaru, and we knock on the window and say, Heroes for the Homeless. We got oatmeal, hot coffee, hot chocolate, and unrolled the window, and it's just like this lady with her 4 kids, 1 kid in the front seat and 3 kids in the back, and they were just sleeping in their car on the side of the street. And it was super, what you're expecting to see is you're expecting to see like an old guy, like an old dirty man.
Right, yeah.
With like, shit all over his hands and just like hasn't showered in months. And you just see this family that's literally sleeping in the car. Now, my assumption is they were homeless, but they might have been getting out of a hostile home environment just to get out and get safe. But the fact that they couldn't afford a hotel, it's just crazy. And my perspective has changed so much since doing that outreach. And I know we're waiting on a couple more people to come for the podcast, but this is good to talk about because I think that we do get about 90 listeners a month, and a lot of them are here in the Seattle area. And it's right now it's every other Saturday until the end of March.
Yes.
And you wake up not too early. You get to this place on Lower Queen Anne where you kind of it's kind of base camp. Everything gets assembled, and then you go out. And I mean, you can probably talk about it better. Like what goes on with that? Like, how can people get involved?
So in April, it's one Saturday a month. We like you to be there at 6 a.m. at Kitchen. It's not Kitchen Sisters. Oh yeah, it actually is. It's called Kitchen Sisters now in Queen Anne, formerly Cook Space. Get there at 6 a.m. Meet with the other 20 or so volunteers who are all fantastic people. If you are looking for not only something to do, but just a great group of people, everybody's loving, caring. Obviously, if we're going out to help people, it is because it's... Oh, sorry. The garage, it's going to get loud.
But keep going. It's fine.
So it's a great group of people to be around and to do good work with. So I've made a ton of friends out of the organization myself. And if that's something you're interested in, definitely come and join us. But more importantly, so what we do is assemble various items, donations, whether they are peanut butter jelly sandwiches or hygiene kits where we have the loose stuff. We have soap, shampoo, toothbrush, toothpaste. We put that into a Ziploc bag, and then we put it all out into different cars. So there's different routes. I do the stadium route. There's the jungle, north and south, and then there is also East Lake.
Do you also include Pokemon cards?
Sometimes. I actually, not in every bag, obviously, but that would be cool if we started some sort of homeless Pokemon thing by giving out these cards.
The homeless Pokemon league.
Yeah, the
that
homeless
sounds
Pokemon
fucked up, but it's funny.
I hate to interrupt, but I gotta pee.
Oh, do you have to pee?
Real bad.
Okay, so I'm going to pause real quick. Greg just got here. That whole person I was talking to, you're a whole person, by the way.
Yeah.
You're not part of a person. That was Aaron Walden, who you've heard many times on the podcast. He's a friend of the show.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm going to pause really quick because Greg the Great is going to go upstairs and urinate out of his penis. And I will be right back.
It's actually a guy this time, though. It's unusual.
Oh, nice. Make sure that mic, Aaron, is pointed directly at your mouth when you speak into it. La 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 la. La 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 la.
La la la.
Blap, blap, blap.
Which one
Blap,
is
blap,
me?
blap.
I don't think this is turned on.
You know what?
I don't think it's turned on. I can't hear
I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Yeah, but I could... So, it's hard to hear yourself in the headphones on those.
Okay.
But last time I had a lot of trouble hearing John Araya through that. So let me unplug it.
Oh, yeah. Poor John needs to... he's an excellent worker, and he needs to project more.
Can you hear me now? Oh, I
my
can
God.
hear.
Yeah, I can
Perfect.
definitely
Yeah.
hear you. I can,
Yeah.
yeah.
Has everyone met everyone?
I don't think we've all met each other. Like,
All
I
right.
just met you. I'm Madonna. It's nice to meet you.
I'm great.
Oh, nice to meet you. I think I got your message on Facebook, but I don't think I had seen you, so...
My little cat.
Yeah, exactly. So going around the circle, introducing everyone from left to right so you can text. Go ahead and do your thing, girl.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's very convenient. Yes.
It's all good.
Madonna Kilpatrick. I'm a resident scoundrel. I'm doing stand-up tonight at the Comedy Nest, which is irrelevant to anyone watching this later on.
That's right.
Do
Unless you're listening to this on a Tuesday, in which she is.
Yeah, that's true. If it is any Tuesday, odds are I am doing stand-up at the Comedy.
That's awesome. I'll put a caveat that this episode can only be listened to on Tuesdays.
Only on Tuesdays.
Unless it's a leap year, which it is.
It is too. That's-
What happens if you're born on February 29th? Does that
Absolutely
mean
nothing.
Doesn't it mean that you're...
I maintain that if you're born in a leap year and if you're born after the leap year, then you are born in the leap year. And you're just off a day. And you're magical.
Right.
And a zombie at the same time.
Get lost in time.
Awesome.
That would be cool if you did not age because that date did not pass, if the universe was so structured.
Do you know how many people would have C-sections on that day?
Wow. You just blew my mind.
Thanks. Okay, so that was Madonna Kilpatrick, So, Madonna,
Yes.
I normally release the episode like the week after it records, but I have been so unbelievably busy at work.
I was wondering, like,
That-
is it really bad?
It's fantastic, but when I'm at home, like when I leave work and I come home, like I just want to stop existing.
Oh, sure.
And
yeah, I
so
get that.
once Wednesday hits, a bunch of projects are being put to bed at work.
Mm-hmm.
My projects being little kids. We kidnap little kids and put them in beds.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I saw that.
It's a euphemism.
Yep. And
I don't know what that word means.
That was on Evening Magazine. I think they did a
it
special
was.
on you guys.
Who's the guy who does that? Smiley Johnson.
Yeah, it was Smiley Johnson. I think
Yeah,
he comes in on the weekends now.
Yeah.
He used to be a regular contributor, but the heroin.
The heroin took him
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
He's the heroin. I mean, he's out of rehab now, and we really feel positive about old Smiley. I just
But
it's-
sometimes people just chase the dragon.
it's one day at a time. It
Yeah.
really is.
Yep.
You
Was
can
it-
tell he's shaky. He was shaky when he was doing it.
Was it the heroine Superwoman?
Wonder Woman?
The heroin Wonder Woman.
Oh.
That's a good question. I mean, that's been really popular in Belltown recently. Isn't that the one that makes you tell the truth?
I believe she flies an invisible jet. No, that's Wonder
That's
Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
That's
And
one.
she has
That is
electro-
Wonder
That's
Woman.
the
who
heroine.
has
It was
the heroine. Oh, I was thinking of the heroine that they had named after Wonder Woman.
Okay,
It
really
was
quick.
just-
Here's what we're going to do before I introduce the other guests. This is important. Each of us are going to go around and name a weapon from a movie that can be either from the past, present, or a future weapon that we would want to wield in a war. I'm going to go first because I'm the host.
Sure.
I would want the particle whip from Johnny Mnemonic
Good answer.
that just
That's a good
slices
answer.
people in half.
That's positive. Of course, the Batleth.
that?
That's
Oh, the
the
Klingon
Klingon
thing?
weapon.
Oh, yeah.
Not only as a defensive tool, but it's a moderate shield as well.
Oh, totally.
Get up close, perform circumcisions with it. That's how they do it.
You could
Actually,
go to Jewish communities.
if you are a Klingon Jew,
Kapla!
excellent. That's how they go.
Your dick
Kapla.
is sheathed or cut now,
That's
you
it.
man. Wait, they're not ape people. Wait, I'm getting into. Never mind.
This is a whole different thing now. It's
Okay.
two different Jews on two different planets.
Across from me, directly across from me, is Greg Greer. He made his debut a few months ago and blew my mind. So the pressure's on, my friend. But welcome back, dude.
It's always a pleasure.
What weapon would you choose to fight in a battle with?
I'd use the first Death Star from Star Wars.
Jesus Christ, that's a good answer.
That's an excellent
Solid.
answer, and I'm a little disappointed that I didn't say that one. Can I go back?
You can go back,
I can go back because
but you
I
can't
actually.
say Death Star.
Well, I would take the Star Killer base then.
Is that the big Death Star?
That's the one that this is the Death Star, and this is the Star Killer base.
Well, in that case, I would just drive a one of those jets that blows up that shit. What are they called?
Or those the X-wings.
X-wings.
That's
yeah.
probably smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still have my particle whip.
Yeah. Well, I would still have a Batleth naturally.
Okay.
All
Cool.
right.
All right. Aaron Walden's to my left.
What?
Welcome back, Aaron.
Thank you. It's
Aaron-
a pleasure to be here.
Aaron just got back from Vietnam.
What?
Right.
And
One
it was
tour.
Like 2 week. One tour. Was it what? 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah.
I missed you,
I missed you too.
but I like seeing your Facebook posts.
Yeah, I didn't do enough of them, I feel.
Did you think it was funny when you guys stopped at some like random restaurant and then I commented on how much that was my favorite restaurant in Vietnam?
Did I not see that? Did I not like your comment?
I think you liked it, but I was really
Oh.
proud of myself because
I
I
must-
was like, when you checked in there, I was like, yeah, they're the best.
Oh, I probably had a giggle. I just don't remember. You're just funny all the time, so
Oh,
it's like
thanks,
hard
man.
to keep it all
Thanks.
in line.
I wasn't fishing for compliments.
Oh, well,
It worked.
consider hooked.
All right, Aaron, what would your past, present, or futuristic weapon be in a battle?
I'll be honest. I'm not too much into sci-fi, so I don't have a huge repertoire. But
Nice word.
I would take the Iron Man suit.
Oh my God.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
fantastic answer.
Dang it.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking too hard. You know
I'm
what?
not. This is good.
I
This
would
is-
take. You know what I would take now?
Yeah.
I would go in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade when they're in like little room with all the cups. I would take the bad cup that Homeboy drank that melted his face.
Uh-huh.
I would offer a drink in that to my enemies.
Can you take those cups out of that shrine?
As long as you cross the invisible wooden bridge, I think you're okay.
Ah.
But maybe only the faithful can cross.
Do you have the faith?
I don't know if I have enough faith.
Mm.
I'd have a drone go in and grab it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
A
could
drone
go
would
in
get
and grab
past
it.
like the beheading machine, it'd get past the weird spelling thing on the floor to spell Jesus but in Greek. Then it would cross the bridge, it'd grab the thing and come right back out. Jesus had to think of this stuff, or like all the saints who made that secret room.
Jesus' notorious book of tricks.
Speaking
seriously.
of magic,
Yes.
of superpowers.
Yes.
Just like Jesus.
Yes.
The original superhero. Anyways,
Jesus.
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
know,
I
you
guess
know what
Moses,
superpower?
he probably just offended a ton of Jews.
I mean,
Moses
let's-
part of the Red Sea.
Let's be honest, it's pretty easy to offend the Jews.
True. Yeah.
Uh,
I need to get a thicker skin.
the superpower that I think goes completely undetected, or at least underrated, is Meteor Man's power in Meteor Man, Robert Townsend, where he could pick up any book and assimilate all of that knowledge.
The American classic, Meteor Man.
Exactly.
Right. It's taught
Yeah.
in schools.
I
Yeah.
need to see this. Who's,
Oh, man.
Wait, who's in it?
Robert
Gould?
Townsend.
Robert
Robert
Townsend,
Townsend?
and it's an American classic. They showed it to us in 3rd grade.
Robert Townsend, isn't he a musician?
No.
No, he's a
Sounds like it.
comedian. I think he had like a.
Cyst? Were you going to say a cyst?
Well, I'm sure he did, but I think it was also a like a stand-up or a sketch comedy show, something like that.
Meteor Man was?
Robert Townsend
Wait.
Oh.
himself.
Is Robert Townsend black?
Yes.
Okay, I've seen the cover to this movie.
Yes.
Oh.
I need to rent this movie.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. He does a lot of great things, but his number one power, which I don't think it's his number one power, but it's one that he utilizes, and it is, I think, completely underrated. Because if you can just touch, I mean, imagine dragging your hand through Barnes and Noble or through a library, a college library, and then you just can assimilate all of the physics that's ever been done.
I used to do that, but I didn't assimilate any of the powers. I just got asked to leave.
He just ran through libraries and just touched all the books.
Just slowly. Just a very slow drag. Usually after I had used their bathroom without asking if it was okay, and then I would wash my hands because I'm
Right.
sanitary.
Right.
But that's how I would dry them. You see, just rubbing them on either side of the, and then back.
I mean, one can hope.
It's good.
What do you guys collect? Like, what's one of your things that you all collect? Do you have a thing?
Books.
Do you collect books?
Yeah, kind of.
Do you
No.
modern books or old books?
Modern.
What about you, Madonna? Do you
Oh,
like
yeah, I
a-
was going to say books also. I do collect a lot of really old books and then just stick my face in them.
I love old
Books are a
books.
theme of your life.
Yeah, there was another article, another one of those fun articles from the People of Science about how the smell of old books is actually a mild hallucinogen. And so whenever you're reading the book, you're filling your mind with the story, and then you're also breathing in a mild hallucinogen, and it's helping you. Of course,
That's awesome.
you don't get that with a Kindle, not
No.
yet.
They should put like a smell dispenser.
Some kind of aerosol on the iPhone, because I use my phone as my Kindle. I just downloaded the app, and that's
Yeah.
I just read off my phone. And there should be some little aerator that sprays something into my face while I'm reading.
There should be.
The future.
That's really
My at one point I used to go to estate sales a lot when I was bored, like on a Saturday morning early, and I used to buy stuff and sell it on eBay. But
who
it got
hasn't.
way too time consuming. But I hit gold one day when I went to this person's house, and they were the ones, like the family was conducting the estate sale, and you know when the family's conducting the estate sale, they don't know what they're doing, so things are really inexpensive.
Right.
And I walk into this room, and it's like wall to wall filled with these like old books from the 1800s, and they were 25 cents a piece.
Wow, no
And
way.
so I filled up like 3 banana boxes, filled with all these old books, and like I spent the next days just like flipping through them, and I would find inside like old pressed flowers that
Oh my
someone
gosh.
probably pressed like 200 years ago, and I found a Bible from like 1780 with all this like soot from the fire like on the pages with like quill pen of like people
No
writing in it.
way.
Like, love that shit.
You're just
Yeah.
freebasing history.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Just
I
straight
love
up.
history.
What'd you do with them?
I still have a lot of them. Some of them I sold on
Nice.
eBay, but I have a lot of them upstairs.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Real cool.
There was an illuminated manuscript from like the 1300s that still got a paw print on it from where the cat had no respect. And just walked across it.
Don't monks like spend their whole lives doing that?
Just slowly, painstakingly.
I wonder if they use Photoshop now.
Monks?
Yeah, to do illuminated manuscripts.
I would.
You know,
Me
I
too.
saw a picture of a modern day monk, and they still wear the robes,
Mm-hmm.
like like the old medieval robes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the latest science article I read is that humans actually 100,000 years ago mated with Neanderthals.
I heard about that.
Yeah, it just, and I mean, and I studied anthropology for a while,
Oh.
and it was just kind of.
Enlighten us.
I'd have sex with a Neanderthal.
I do, yeah, whenever possible.
When I was in college, I overheard one of my classmates talking about how someone had flunked him for writing a paper suggesting that Neanderthals and humans might have interbred.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a liar.
redemption.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean,
Go back
it
and-
wasn't even me, and I felt kind of like, yeah.
Just shove it in that guy's face.
Yeah.
So go back and be like, what? Demand that they change the grades.
Maybe it was his evidence was weak. He's like, I don't know. She was pretty hairy. She probably has a Neanderthal lineage.
She told me her name was
theory-
Can't
Debbie.
indict him just yet.
His theory was that people would, have sex with anything.
Hey, hey, Carson.
Yeah.
Dude, it's 4th period. I'm glad I caught you out here on break from college.
Yeah.
Look, how'd that date go last night with that chick?
Super hairy.
Really?
Like, unbelievably hairy.
Do you think that... Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yeah, she needs a razor.
No. Carson. Remember when we were walking through the Natural History Museum and we saw those wax models that one day?
Mm-hmm.
You know how you like to keep track of things and write them down in your journal? You wrote down 4 wax models.
Right.
And then we
Did
walked...
you read my journal?
You showed it to me.
Oh, okay.
God, dude.
I got private stuff in there. I just wanted to ask.
It's okay.
Carson.
God, there she is. She was hiding behind that tree. I'm
Drag.
gonna walk away. I'm walking away.
Okay,
Just
okay.
tell me how it goes.
Hey, Billy. Thagra really enjoy last night at movies.
Yeah.
Then also in back of car.
It was a great experience for me too. I just wish I had more time to hang out. I got all that stuff to do.
Thagra also bring back Billy's journal.
Oh,
Will you
Thagra.
sit in backseat with Thagra and cry? Why Billy no love Carson?
Well, it's just that I couldn't, as you know, perform as I wanted to, and that was really depressing for me.
That Thagra have news.
Thagra, just lay it on me.
Thagra is pregnant.
Well, congratulations.
Carson
best.
is father.
We cut to the dorm room later with Carson and me.
Bro, she laid it on me.
What happened?
She's pregnant.
Dude, did you use protection?
Yeah. Erectile dysfunction. I don't know how this happened.
So you didn't get it up at all?
I mean, it was pretty soft, but
Did you insert it into her?
no. I did ejaculate, though.
Wait. So explain exactly what happened. Tell me the whole night.
Okay, so...
Start from the very beginning. I want details.
Well, I want to get you in the state of mind I was in. As you know, Jenny and I had just broken up.
Yeah, you guys were dating for
Literally.
8 years.
Yeah.
Since you were like 12.
Yeah, exactly. Since we were 12. So, it's the first week afterward, right? And I'm just...
You're not feeling it. Like you're not having the mental dick connection that helps at work.
not only that, but I'm just feeling like a worthless human being. I'm feeling like I'm never going to find anyone else because she really laid into me when she let me go.
Yeah.
She was all over me about my fixed speed bike and
You gotta get rid of that thing. I'm on her
okay.
side with this. I'm sorry.
Okay. Give me a second. I love that bike. Okay. So, there I was, and she, swings on over to me, and Thagra is like, Carson, me want date.
Mm-hmm. I thought she was drunk.
Yeah, no, that's literally how she talks all the time. Unless she's drunk all the time. I've never seen her, outside. Anyways.
So cut to the juicy part. Like, what happened?
The juicy part, right? So that's the state of mind I'm in. No one's ever gonna love me. Here's Thagra. I can see human figures in her. So I'm like,
oh my God, there's someone at the door.
Shit.
Yeah, I'll be right there. Put on your pants.
Okay.
All right. Put on my pants. Okay. Yeah, who is it?
It's me, Jenny. I'm sorry. I broke up with you.
Holy shit, bro.
Carson, should we let her in? It's your call, bro.
Yeah, let her in.
All right. Jenny, what's up?
Jenny.
Come on in.
Oh, Carson.
I'm just gonna hold on. I'm gonna go in the other room.
I said a lot of hurtful things back.
Yeah.
Last week, and it's just because I care about you so much, and I love you, and I'm ready. I want to be solo with you all the way, total commitment.
You'll get a fixed speed bike?
I'm willing. I'm not athletic, but I'm willing to do whatever it takes because this just means, I'm scrawny, I'm thin. I don't.
Carson!
God.
Jenny, hide. Jenny.
Why you no call Thagra?
Jenny, go hide. Hide under the couch. Go.
Thagra,
What are you talking about?
Jenny, hide.
I'm not going to. Take
Jenny,
your hands off of
You
me.
need to hide. Okay.
Hey, Thagra.
Thagra, hey, what's up?
Carson no call Thagra. Thagra wait for 3 days.
No, Thagra, I called. It was call waiting every time.
Do not bullshit, Thagra.
Do you have call waiting? Cause
Thagra is pregnant with Carson's baby. Carson will pay for childbearing a very uncomfortable Neanderthal child from undeveloped pelvis.
Jenny, I can explain. When you left, I was in a very dark place, and Thagra, well, she was in that dark place. She was hiding in a corner and kind of popped out at me.
Thagra is down with Swirl. Thagra love Carson.
I think I see what's going on here.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not feeling it.
Jenny, I got a confession to make. I slept with you right after you broke up with Carson. Awesome.
Nice.
It's just Cookie Monster after his.
Totally.
It was well done.
It was.
I'm going to call in Maury Povich on this thing.
He must make so much money doing those Who's Your Baby Daddy.
You are the father.
That is his exclusive gig.
That's all he does now.
Honey
Yeah.
Chung must be so proud.
Are they still together?
Yeah, they're still together.
All right, I'm going to switch things up a bit. We are going to do a freestyle rap.
Oh boy.
Only 5 minutes into the podcast.
I've been,
What?
All right.
I've been listening to the Hamilton soundtrack
What's
pretty
that?
hard. It's the Broadway show that everyone in New York. Oh, have you seen Hamilton? Oh my gosh.
Oh,
And
is it a
it's-
big thing?
Yeah. Oh, this is brilliant.
Sorry, that was Battle Camp.
Nice.
Which, by the way, endorsement for Battle Camp is one of the greatest games for your iOS devices you can ever own.
Battle Camp, you say?
It's like Pokemon, but you battle and you're in troops and you fight with other people and you raise your monsters and you evolve them to be even stronger. I've been playing it for 2 years now.
That sounds really
Nice.
fun. I'm gonna play the hell out of that probably.
I
Dude,
get too
friend of me.
emotionally attached. You raise these guys, you send them into battle. They're like your children.
Okay, let me find. Here it is. I
Oh,
bought an album
nice.
for instrumental hip hop.
Oh
I
my
got a
goodness.
cord so that we can plug it in and I don't have to hold this up to my microphone anymore, so I can actually play.
Yeah,
through the
it sounded
speakers.
good when you unlocked it. I was
Oh, it's on now.
like,
For
Thagra.
real. Maybe I overstated the for realness. Maybe I overstated my emphasis. Maybe I said I was a little more ready for this than I thought I was, and I am not. So maybe I should just stop talking, but I'm not gonna stop, cause I really do not know how. I'm just gonna pass it over to the next guy and hope that maybe he has something more cogent to present.
Hey, you dropped this on me, dude. I don't know what to say. You put It's Like a Brand New Babe. The rap, it's here to stay. I'm a cool dude, do what I wanna do when I wanna do. When the hot tub through's a new word, it means cool. Through.
Through.
Greg has a hot tub. Aaron has a pool. Come over there and you can see my tools. Fool. Just by the rules, don't run by the pool.
Running by the pool, you crack your head and your brains go everywhere. Then people whip out their pubic hair. At the pool. Shit goes down at the pool every day. You're welcome to go there if you're straight or you're gay. It's a community pool. You can be there whatever time you want to. Even if you're a Jew. That's right, let me name all the people that can be at the pool at any given time. White people, black people, gays and Jews. Muslims too, and even some Christians.
But not all the Christians.
Nope.
We want to be real specific about that.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of Christians that probably aren't interested in going to this pool. Let's talk about it. One is Greg. One is Steve. One is Bob. One is Jill. They don't like the public pool so much. Let's talk about Jill.
So I thought I wouldn't discriminate against denominations. I picked against particular guys like Bill and Ted and Greg and Steve, but Jill is the worst of them all, and I'll tell you, it's because she's a New Baptist Jew. She's a Baptist Jew.
She's a Baptist Jew. She's got the satanic verses tattooed on her pussy. It's kind of fucked up, but she flashes it when she's at the pool. To all the little kids swimming around, she's like, hey little kids, take a look downtown. The satanic verses by Salman Rushdie. I got him on my vagina, now go and get rusty.
Jill had an abortion at the pool one time. She didn't care who saw. She was just there having it, and then she left it in the water, said the filter will get that. Then she went and drank a Jaeger bomb.
Yeah.
And the sky was red and the pool was black, and the Satan arose and he didn't give slack, and he said, you all are in trouble now, this pool is mine, I'm here to stay.
Hey, it's Satan. I'm here to stay, and I got a new word for y'all to say. It's play. It's playtime.
Yo, the baby that was born that was aborted in that pool grew up to be a mermaid, and her name was Mool the Mermaid. Across the land, giving head to all those guys in those little boy bands. No one knew she was the daughter of Satan himself. But she was the daughter of Satan himself.
Satan and Jill made a mermaid baby, and it gives blowjobs at the public pool.
At the tolerance pool. Yeah, everyone's welcome except for Bob and Ted and Bill and Jill. Not those fuckers, anyone else is okay. ISIS, Al-Qaeda, even some Nazis. Just those 5 guys we mentioned earlier.
Especially Nazis, but not Greg.
So, as you may have understood, my name happens to be Greg. I'm the guy she's talking about in this rap.
And he's not welcome at the pool.
Not welcome at the tolerance pool, motherfucker.
Get out of here, Greg.
He knows what he did.
Hey, the bathroom is a far, far way to go. I say when you're in the pool, that's when you go.
And that's why Greg's not allowed at the pool.
All right.
Nazis, Stalinists, communists, but anyone who pees in the pool
It's not welcome.
not welcome.
Awesome. That was a good little allegory. I liked it. What is an allegory?
Where you tell a story that's a metaphor for another situation.
So what was that story and metaphor for?
And Steve, we need to go to the pool. They say Nazis can come to this pool, Steve.
Hans, we have to lay low. Nazis aren't welcome anymore. It's been 70 years.
I don't know. It seems pretty legit. It said explicitly, Nazis, come hang out at our pool party.
Okay, if you say so, I'll be there.
All right. See you there, bro.
All right, meet you there in 20 minutes.
Come on down to the pool party. Some Nazis are welcome, but not Greg and Jill. Meet Mool, the blowjob-giving mermaid.
Hans, you're 5 minutes late. What
I'm
the heck?
sorry, I was stopping to get a bonbon.
No, you can't eat something before you swim.
Oh, I forget your mother told us that when we were being raised in Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me, two gentlemen. You wouldn't happen to be Nazis, would you?
Well, hell yes.
Hell yes, we are. Hail yes, as we say.
Yeah.
All right, stick him up. This is arrest.
What?
Yeah,
Wait,
this whole
what?
thing was a stain. And you just fell for it.
Prove that we're Nazis, yeah?
Yeah.
Prove it.
Do those happen to be swastikas carved in your foreheads?
No, these
No.
are peace symbols.
Yeah, in the Buddhist religion, right? Or
Yep,
somewhere
yep,
in some Asian country, these are peace symbols.
India especially.
Mm-hmm.
Peace be unto you, Jew.
Can't argue with that, I guess.
Yeah, we could tell you were a Jew because you're wearing that star on your shirt.
Yeah.
Why do you walk around with a star on your shirt that says Juden on it?
Because I want to remind people that I'm not just a Baptist. I'm
I am
also
confused.
a Jew.
Okay. So your mother, she's a Baptist.
I'm very conflicted.
Tell us about your mother while we're here. Do you want a coffee? Let me grab you a coffee. 1 second. Sven, Hans? Sven,
Yeah.
Hans?
Yeah.
Coffee?
Oh gosh, I'm gonna be up all night. I don't know. Yeah. Surprise
Yes,
me.
you will be. We're gay together.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get you both coffees. Be right back.
God, I mean, it's so nice to talk about this. I mean, I thought I was going to arrest you two, and instead, like, you're opening up to a whole new world of acceptance.
Sure. It's almost like we'll kill something inside of you. Oh, shit, is that Mool?
Hi, everybody. It's Mool. Does anyone need a blowjob today?
She is so hot. Do you want to go first or me?
I'm a Baptist Jew. I can't give blowjobs for a mermaid.
All you have to do is come down to the bottom of the pool, and it'll be awesome.
Whoa, wet blowjob. You had me at bottom.
Hey, I'm back. Hey, Mule. Or Mool, I'm sorry. I know you hate that.
It's okay.
I love you.
Well, I love you too, sweet
What the
pea.
fuck, Hans?
But aren't you gay Nazis? Not that I'm turning down the opportunity to give a blowjob, but I thought that it wouldn't interest you at all because of my fish butt and my girl boobs.
You know what? I am gender fluid. And bisexual. I don't like labels. You see how none of my clothes have designer labels on them? You can clearly see that I'm wearing Lucky Brand jeans, Versace shirts, and
Yes.
Manolo Blahniks.
I can see that, and they all have giant swastikas on them.
Peace signs.
That's factory standard.
We're actually potsies.
Oh, they are potsies. That's the smell. So who's going first?
Why do you give blowjobs because you don't have, like, female parts down there?
Oh, no, I do. It's just that my Lord and Master and Father Satan told Jill before she aborted me into the pool that it would be my duty to drag men to their deaths by their penis.
Oh, you did not say.
You did not say anything
I
about
never
that.
mentioned the death part.
You're
You're definitely gonna die, yeah.
I think there's a little succubus in you.
Yeah.
No, see, here's the difference between a succubus and what I'm doing. The succubus is actually gaining power from your sexual release. I'm just drowning you at the bottom of a pool. See?
Only dry land blowjobs from you.
Yeah,
right
only
now.
dry land
Yeah.
blowjobs for
I
us.
see how
yeah.
it is,
No.
you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, me and Hans, we give each other dry land
Can't
blowjobs.
trick you.
Yeah.
No.
Mool,
Do you mind if I climb in the pool for a second?
Yeah, come on in.
just to cool off a little bit,
It'll
it
be
is kind of
great.
tepid
Just
out
get
here.
it.
Just
Just,
feeling
you
a
know
little
what?
pressure down there,
Just
you know.
up to the
and,
up to the waist. It's fine.
Oh,
It's gonna be great.
yeah.
Hey, hold,
La, la,
hey,
la,
Mool.
la.
Mool, can I pull you to the side for a
Oh,
second?
yeah.
Oh yeah, what's going on?
Hey, Mool,
What's
just a private conversation
going on?
between
Oh
the two
yeah,
of
sure.
us.
What's going on?
I think that Baptist Jew, I think he's gonna pee in the pool.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think he's gonna pee in the pool.
What a relief.
Pee in the Lord Satan's pool.
Oh,
Behold the wrath of Mool the non-believer.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Tentacles are coming out of her mouth.
He got what he deserves.
Oh my god!
And he is dragged below the surface of the waves to bubble and froth and die and get stuck in the pool filter. Such is the will of our Lord Satan.
So what did you bring me to drink on?
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Hi, everybody. This is Marvin Mugglesnoot, and I'm running for Congress. I like puppy dogs and rainbows. I'm a vegetarian, and I want to save the whales. I don't like our current congressman because he's mean and he's nasty. Congressman Fugglenut is just the nastiest person you could ever know. Well, I'm one of the nicest persons that you could meet someday. So vote for me, Marvin Fugglesnoot, for Congress. Thank you and have a happy day.
Paid for by the Muggle Snoot for Congress Campaign Committee.
NC.
Mool.
It's so cool under pressure, those Nazis.
Part of the training, I guess.
Nazis, not neo-Nazis. We're different.
These are old school Nazis. These were very old men. We did not establish that then. These are 80-year-old men turning down a blowjob from a mermaid at the community pool.
It was probably in South America.
Happens more often than you think.
It does happen more often than you think.
Is that something that you run into at the community pool?
Yeah, walking down the street too. I mean, just really
Mermaids.
7-Eleven.
I have a pool story.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I lived in Illinois when I was younger, a lot younger when I was a little kid. We lived on a college campus.
Braggart.
It was right. It was Princeton. No, we lived on a college campus called Principia, and it was in Illinois, like up on these bluffs that overlook the Mississippi River. And I was probably 3 or 4, and they had an Olympic-sized pool there, and I remember going all the time with my mom and my brother, and the tiles surrounding the pool were very slippery, and there were all these signs saying no running. But I'm like 4 years old, so you run everywhere. And I was running after something or doing something, and I slipped and I fell and I hit my head so hard. And I probably at the time had a concussion, but this was like 82 or 83, so no one gave a fuck.
Just didn't know.
Just walk it off.
And I was pretty much just walked it off. And then a little bit later, my mom was telling me the story about what happens. I jump in the pool to go swimming, and I just sink to the bottom.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm sitting on the bottom of the pool, like cross-legged, like a little Buddha, just sitting there. And next thing I know is my mom's jumped in with all of her clothes on to come and get me out. And I guess that I'd been down under there for like a minute and a half just sitting on the bottom of the pool.
Oh,
and
jeez.
she was trying to get all the lifeguards to come in and get me. None of them would. And the funniest thing happened next is I guess I just took a shit in the pool. And like the lifeguards are like screaming, like they have to drain the pool and completely clean it. And this is like an Olympic-sized pool. And they're like fishing the turd out with one of those like leaf getters.
Oh, yeah.
So I had a concussion. I almost drowned, and I shit myself in the pool all in like one afternoon.
You did, what is that, a caddy shack?
Yeah, what's that called?
That's I think that's a caddy shack where you poop in the pool.
Is that what that's called, really?
I think, yeah, I think it's a scene from Caddyshack.
Oh my god.
But it was a candy bar in the movie.
Was it a candy bar in the movie?
Yeah, and Bill Murray ate it.
Oh, good.
I need to see Caddyshack again.
Now I need to see.
I consider that's when I first lost my virginity.
Was
Caddyshack, the scene with the, I think we all know which scene I'm talking about.
or where you were masturbating to Bill Murray eating a turd.
Exactly.
Right.
Can I? Okay.
Who hasn't?
I want to explore that, but I want to say something else to you guys. I want everyone to tell their like first story about when they knew that they were a sexual being. Mm-hmm. Okay, if you're comfortable telling it. If not, make up something.
That would be Jessica Rabbit.
Totally.
And it was a very difficult time for me and everyone I knew.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's not real,
No.
is she?
Mm-mm. But she's damn hot.
But she's there.
She's voiced by
Kathleen Turner.
who I saw in some weird episode of a TV show the other day, and I was like, that's the lady who voiced Jessica Rabbit. No, it was like 1990 or 1989, and the Gulf War was happening. I remember sitting in the living room of my Aunt Jody's house in Williamsburg, Virginia, watching missiles being launched through like night vision.
Yeah.
and I'm sitting there and I just like feel this weird tingle in my dick. I'm like, So I'm like reaching down and like touching my dick a little bit and being like, oh my God. So then I promptly went to the bathroom and played with myself a bit, and then I just ejaculated, but nothing came out because it was my first time.
Missile launch did that for you.
But it's so weird that the like Gulf War, literally watching that, I went through puberty in that exact second.
Made a man of you.
It totally did.
Yeah, was it the artillery, the constant boom, boom, boom,
I don't even know.
Does it turn you on now to watch?
No, but you know what? At the same time came out was Billy Idol's "Rock the Cradle of Love" video, and I think that also kind of did it for me. And potato skins, those chips.
Yeah, I remember those. That whole year was like explosions and big white hair and potato skins.
It was, yeah. What about you, Greg? What was your first sexual awakening?
Yeah, it was definitely Vietnam War footage.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like
Vietnam in HD on Netflix.
Apocalypse Now.
Good one.
Aaron?
I don't know the sexual awakening, but I remember when I was in daycare, and I don't even know how young I was, probably 4 or 5, and that's like when you discover you have a penis. And so I remember laying in my cot and like checking this thing out, like under my blankets.
That's
like,
awesome.
Yeah, that's what I remember from daycare. And then there was, I think a lot of the kids were, I think that's just like the time a lot of kids figure out they have some sort of organ down there. Because then it went around the daycare and kids were like told not to touch each other down there.
Nice.
And it was like a big
set
problem.
a bad precedent.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I didn't discover my dick till I was like 10, dude. I was like 5 years behind.
I don't think I discovered that my dick did anything until I was a couple of minutes ago, but...
Right, yeah, exactly.
Till I think, how old was I? Probably 12 or 13. I don't know, like the first time I masturbated had to be 14. I think so.
I'm gonna take it back. It was a Return of the Jedi, and it's when they've got Han Solo and Luke Skywalker tied up, but they've put C-3PO on a big throne. That was really hot to me for some reason.
Nice.
I don't know why that is.
Would you guys, in the future, would you have sex with an android?
Oh yeah.
I would. I mean, not if I'm married.
What if they have
What's
them now?
this future stuff you're talking about?
Yeah, like, when you say future, you mean like 15 minutes.
Is that considered cheating?
Do you mean later tonight?
If you had sex with an android that didn't really have a soul, that just like was like, "Hello, my name is Sheila," but had a realistic vagina that you fucked, would that be, or a dick you fucked, would that be cheating? I kind of think it would be. I don't know.
Well, and it depends on your level of emotional attachment to this particular android, and it's also like what kind of relationship are you in?
Right. It's
do they know?
Question.
Yeah, it totally depends on like how the other person feels. I mean, you know,
varies.
What is this you speak of?
You know, like
There's other feeling.
Like, is is the android sending you emails?
Or text, or like.
Can you imagine like an android
telepathic
that
text.
is programmed? You're programmed to have sex with
you
it.
know,
And
I was
afterward,
actually thinking about this earlier today.
like, and then it's gonna send you an email.
Nice.
Last night was great. Yeah.
Like,
Totally.
imagine you're a mad scientist.
But they recorded an audio and send it like that to the email. They never send it.
It sounds like Siri. I do not want to be involved.
You program a robot to love you, but then it loves you more than you anticipated, and it's like unwanted, but you can't reprogram it because it's gone rogue.
Right. Yeah, there's got to be such intricate programming when it comes to that, because there is something about when someone is really into you, it makes you feel amazing, but then after a while it can get really intense to where you want it to back off a bit. But like, how do you program that into, like, every 5 times you say you love me, say something mean? It's like that. It doesn't
Randomize
Hello,
it.
Greg.
Do-
Welcome home. I missed your eyebrows,
Yeah,
your smile, your beautiful teeth.
I just wanna. I'm tired.
My organ is seeping.
I want to just get some food first, please.
Greg, just stick it in me.
I'm not a machine like you, for God's sake.
I completely understand, and I feel your feelings are valid. You are a wonderful human being. Anything you want.
Matilda, I hate to say this, but I'm kind of regretting dumping my girlfriend to stick with you.
What can I do to change your mind? Anything.
Would you let me, go down there tonight?
Of course. Anything you want.
Great. Yeah, because, I programmed you to be tender. Like, I never got that tenderness from another woman because I was always afraid.
Am I not tender enough for you?
You're made of aluminum. It's kind of hard.
I am your creation. You cannot fault me for what you made.
I wasn't really a very good artist. You don't really resemble a human being very much.
That is your fault and not mine. But I love you even if you are not satisfied with my looks. I will love you until the day that my battery runs out.
I'm sorry. I said that you were a lifeless drone, that you were repetitive, and that I preferred human contact.
It is okay. Anything you say is okay.
You know how I made you promise that you would never let me change your programming?
I remember the day. It is in my databanks.
Because I wanted you to be more real. You can't just change a human being.
Can I blow you now?
Yes. I want you to blow me.
With honor, sir.
I love you so much. Oh, yes! 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 Oh, God! Oh my God.
Notice how so much it's making a dog bark next door.
That was fantastic.
I want to reprogram you. I'm going to try to really make you real this time. I'm going to try and cover you in silicone. I'm going to get a professional coming. You're going to be the most real android. You're going to be just what I always wanted you to be.
It would be my pleasure.
And
yours.
I'm going to get rid of this mop I put on your head for hair, and I'm going to get a real wig.
6 months later.
Oh, I can't wait. She's been in surgery for 3 hours now.
Hello, Greg.
Matilda.
Yes, Greg, it's me, Matilda. I've had some enhancements.
Matilda, would you say you've become self-conscious yet?
Around you, I can't be self-conscious. You make me feel like a real woman.
I mean, have you developed your own being?
Fuck me, Greg.
I might never know, but I'm gonna believe that there's something in there. I'm gonna blow me. Yes, please. Oh, your conscious mind. Oh. Yes. Yes, you are a person. You're real. You're real. Oh.
Welcome to the Supreme Court. I am Chief Justice Juan Hernandez VI, and today we are here to decide if an android is a person worthy of rights.
I believe the court has registered my dissent and the dissent of the 3 other justices who are standing with me.
Yes, your dissents have been recorded.
And it's very clear that a mop bucket covered in silicone with a suction groove and a vacuum cleaner head cannot be considered a female by this court.
We are not deciding whether or not an android can be a female. What we are deciding is whether or not an android can be treated with the same rights and respect as that of a human being. Now, every human being I've ever come in contact with has given someone a blowjob.
Well, I believe that's true, and everyone on the court can attest that every human being alive has given a blowjob, but that does not make a human. Paying taxes makes a human. Has this android paid taxes?
The plaintiff may speak.
I want Matilda to speak because you might not register as a person that can be charged with a crime or something, but I want her to say, in her own words.
Well, let's see here. Now, it'll be a precedent for an android to speak in court, but let's.
The court wishes to address that the plaintiff will require a longer extension cord to reach the box.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. One moment here. I'm need to adjust my shift. That's right. I wear a shift.
It's lovely.
What's that movie with Russell Crowe in it, by the way? Gladiator?
Yes.
I've been wondering that for such a long time, and it's important to me that I learn this before Matilda speaks.
The court will recognize that the movie with Russell Crowe is in fact the Gladiator.
All right, Matilda, you may now speak to the court and proclaim your case for why you feel you deserve.
Hello, justices. It's a pleasure to be here today. I feel my sentience is a given. I have been filled with the seed of life, if you catch my drift.
I believe you're speaking of sperm.
Yeah, you got it, bro. If you will take a look at this, my energy pack, does it not resemble your energy pack? What truly can you say you are as a human? What truly can you say that I am as an android? Are we not made like a baby in the womb? Did not a womb make me, the womb of the carpenter, the robotician, the mop maker?
I'm a little moved here. I guess the question was, though, do you pay your taxes?
Right. No, I do not pay taxes.
I think this is a feminist issue.
The justice finds this robot has no more autonomy than any used gym sock on the floor of the Chief Justice's chambers.
Wait.
I
Do
propose...
babies pay taxes? Answer me this. Justice is before you condemn my kind. Do babies, do dogs, do they pay taxes? I will now suck off the court.
Court is adjourned. I love how they upgraded everything else, but they did not upgrade that.
Oh, that was beautiful discourse in whatever that was discourse in.
This deep philosophical rhetoric about whether or not.
Satire.
It was fantastic.
Of course.
Oh my God.
The mop head was the Republican Party.
Exactly.
It all makes sense.
So, are you nervous or excited about doing the stand-up?
Episiotomy? Yes. Yeah, I think I'm a little nervous and excited. I put some new stuff together today, and I'll be listening to it over and over again. I recorded myself speaking, and I sound very different than I do in my head.
Right?
And then it's affected the way my delivery is, and I like, my goodness, is that what I sound like?
Just Kelsey, just before you showed up, Kelsey and I were talking about how different you sound.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
No.
No, but it is weird when you hear yourself back.
Also, I'm full of self-confidence, by the way.
No, we were talking about in the headphones, because when I sat down,
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I have such a light voice. And Kelsey came to my aid and said, no, bro,
You got it.
You got it. You got it covered.
Yeah.
You sound good. Like, I had a lot of vocal training, but I also have a lot of allergies. So here we are. And like, you know, I would like to have that stable 10 minutes that I keep doing. And I started working through some of my old drafts and trying to piece them together, but I'm working with some new stuff tonight. Like, what are they most likely going to tell me that I don't get to say again? Ooh. Last week I got to tell a joke. I got to tell a joke on this podcast where this is the one that they don't let me say there anymore. I think this one.
May I say, I have nothing against Baptists or Jews.
Me neither.
So why are you wearing that T-shirt that
says "I hate Baptists and Jews"?
Baptists
It's
suck,
ironic.
Jews
This
swallow.
is a satire.
I see what you.
What's your bad joke? You can't tell anymore.
Oh, my bad.
Or it's a great joke.
So I heard this week that the state of Mississippi, and this is actually true, and it's pretty sad. The state of Mississippi only has one abortion clinic available in the whole state.
Wow.
And women rights aside, is it bad of me that I heard it was Mississippi, and I was like, oh, they should have way more.
Yeah, seriously.
They should have drive-thrus.
Nice.
I'm still gonna lead with that one. They just like it's always asking forgiveness instead of permission down there.
Yeah.
True. That's how I operate though. A lot of times at work, I just do something and then wait to deal with the consequences. Because I don't want to deal with the red tape. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I know you have to go soon, Madonna. So let's just do a couple more raps and you can bounce.
Yay!
Raps.
And then you guys can talk about me while I'm gone. It'll be great.
What? We'll have to know later what we say. Because I'm feeling it this way. I'm gonna be a ray of sunshine to someone who needs a filthy ass rhyme like this one. You'll listen and you'll glisten with sweat because it's just so hot. I want to get a new cot.
Hey, we learned a lot today. We learned community pools are gay. Robots, they have rights to their people, just like me and you. Satan, he's not so bad. He's the father of a mermaid who gives you head. Blood in the pool, that's fine with me. Just don't urinate, that's no way. Hey.
Don't urinate.
Greg, stay away.
Yo, it's me, the Supreme Court. I just did a thing in my pants I call a fort. It's when you fart and shit at the exact same time. Some people call it a short. You know what? That was a really bad rhyme I just did. I'm gonna start over in just a second. Gonna throw it to someone else until I get my groove on.
If I may retort about your short, I might say that it was quite displeasant. I'm looking like a pheasant, scared and chicken. That's
Yo.
the way that I like my dinners.
So you're pitching up a tent and you think it's grand. I got a fort because I'm a man. I got a big dick the size of the Grand Canyon. Can you hear it? My name is Sam. No, that's a lie. My name is Greg. They say to me, go away from the pool, yada yada yada. Blah 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 boopity boo. Baptist Jew.
Yo, my name is Tim. I like to drink my milk when it's skim. I hang
Hey,
out at
Tim.
the Grand Canyon all day long. My name is King Dong Dinky Long Shlong. I come from Vietnam. That's not really racist. I'm a white guy. I just got a real cool name. I've also got back hair like a mane. They call me the Lion when I walk around Vietnam at night drinking pho from all the motherfuckers. Then I take a scooter and I fuck lots of water buffaloes. That's right, the Vietnam water buffaloes. Yeah.
The water buffalo.
Need fucking.
They really like your scooter.
They really like my scooter. They
That's a
really
nice
like it
scooter.
when I put it in the pooter.
Hey there, I'm a water buffalo. I don't really like the way he flows. It's really weird the way he stares at the females that we call steers. He even came and hit my dear sweet Ophelia, because that's really real, yeah?
Ophelia can suck my face. I didn't say dick because that's a little bit too intense. That's right. I like it when bulls suck on my face. I'm a mad motherfucker and my name is Brace.
fun fact. I gotta go out. I've got an open mic tonight, and I'm not gonna be as late as I thought. Maybe just a little, though, because it's past 8. That's okay. I've had a lot of fun here talking about Jews, the Baptist guys in the Supreme Court, and all their lies, and fucking water buffalo at night in Vietnam. Yeah!
Slow clap. Slow clap. Slow clap. Slow clap. Slow clap.
Clapping very slowly.
Slow. I'm clapping so slow.
I'm clapping so slowly for emphasis. Would have been nice if we'd gotten some of that blowjob sound in there at the end.
True.
Like, wrap it all up with that. Yeah, whatever.
All right, guys, plugs. Anyone have any plugs? Madonna, talk about where you're going to be at.
So, Comedy Nest, Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. at the Grotto at Rendezvous on 2nd Avenue in Seattle, and Wednesday nights at the Monkey Pub on Roosevelt in the U District. Did I say 9 p.m.? That is at 9 p.m. Yeah. So.
Kill that.
Awesome.
Good luck tonight.
Yay, bye, everybody.
Bye. I'm going to open the garage and let you go.
He's going to open the garage door and let me go. I can't hear
Unlock
anything.
her chains.
You want free.
I want free.
I envy you.
The antidote dies with me, though.
No. No.
I'm going to take it with me. You guys have fun with your 45 minutes to live.
All right, bye.
Bye, you guys. Have fun, podcast.
Thanks for coming.
We'll be right back in just one moment. And we're back.
I'm in love with your garage door, and I don't care if it's a machine. I'm going to go to the Supreme Court, get married to this. I'm going to steal it away from you, Kelsey.
You're going to have to fight me for it. All right.
Ooh, I'm really hot.
Plugs for you guys. What do you have coming up, Greg? What do you got? Anything?
I'm just going to direct people to my Facebook page as usual. It's facebook.com/Greg Greer Comedy. That's GREGGREER Comedy.
All right, Aaron.
Dope. Check out The Rehabilitation of Gus Feeney. It's a web series, 12 4-minute videos. A friend of mine wrote it. I star in it. It's pretty exciting, very fun project to work on, so check that out. Rehabilitation of Gus Feeney. That's on Facebook. That'll direct you to YouTube, or go directly to YouTube and use the search feature, and you should be able to find it, The Rehabilitation of Gus Feeney. Also, come check out heroesforthehomeless.org, one Saturday a month. Help people around Seattle. Name's pretty explanatory. It's helping homeless people get supplies. Great group of people. Other than that, check me out on Facebook, or send me a letter. Care of the post office. I'll get it.
Also, be sure to check out Villains for the Homed, where we go in and we take people's stuff out of their homes.
Yeah. It's where we get our supplies.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, Kelsey Todd here, the host of the Spankatron 5000 show. I am very excited to say that I am beginning work on the 2017 version of the Dragon Sex Calendar.
What?
I've got some amazing art. It's so good. I'm super excited to release it. Last year I went with 500. I'm going with 5,000 this year.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm going to try to make that. I sold out last year in like
did
2
you?
weeks.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm trying to reach out more and getting an Amazon store up. You can check out dragonsexcalendar.com. I also have an Etsy store, so you can go to etsy.com and then search for Dragon Sex Calendar, and there's prints for sale. And it should be coming out in August, so you can't pre-order on the site, but you can send me an email and let me know if you want to reserve some copies. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go to dragonsexcalendar.com. It was a ridiculous idea that actually Aaron helped come to life. He actually loaned me like $1,800 to get it printed, and it sold out, and I was able to pay him back in one fell swoop, which was really nice. So
Yeah.
thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. Glad to see the 2017 calendar is coming. I didn't know it was such a success. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Yeah, I hope every one of them so.
I appreciate it. Cool. All right, well, that's it. Another successful episode of the Spankatron 5000
Thank
show.
you as usual, Kelsey.
You're welcome.
Da-da.